It's all about the money. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling, and as Shane O'Mac's theme song would say, money, 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 money. That's what it's all about. Now, we made a video the other day talking about Sasha Banks deciding not to come back to the WWE, deciding that she would rather go and wrestle in New Japan Pro Wrestling, where she can't use her name, where she's basically starting from scratch, and where she'll have no fucking character, and all she'll do is wrestle. And considering she is butchy as fuck, that's probably not the best idea for Sasha Banks, but she wants to go and do that rather than come back to the E. And why is she not coming back to the E? Well, we know that she's getting offered a huge amount by New Japan Pro Wrestling. Apparently it's up there with the amount that they offer Jericho, for which for me is just insane, that they're offering Sasha Banks the same amount of money as Chris Jericho, that they believe Sasha is worth the same amount as Jericho is. I cannot fathom that, but they're doing it. They seem to think that she's worth the money. They seem to think she's worth every little penny or cent or whatever currency you use. They think she's worth it. So, you know what, if they want to waste their money, that's entirely up to them. But it turns out someone that didn't want to waste their money was the WWE, and that is why Sasha Banks isn't returning to the WWE, because they did not meet her demands. So it's been reported by, and I always take it with a grain of salt because this guy talks a lot of shit, but sometimes he does get things right. And I believe he could be right on this occasion, but it's been reported by Dave Meltzer that the reason why Sasha Banks never returned to WWE is because of her asking price, and that she was asking for the same amount of money as Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. So Dave Meltzer went on to say, and I quote, "She was said to be seeking a number along the levels of Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, and those internally have said she wasn't offered close to those numbers," end of quote. So she wanted something similar to what Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair were getting, but WWE decided that she wasn't worth that. They didn't see her value anywhere near that amount, and they decided not to offer her that the amount that they're on. So that's entirely up to WWE if they want to do that. Sasha Banks is hot. I'll give her that. And would I like to see Sasha Banks? Possibly. Would I like to see her back? Yeah, well, why not? I don't believe that the women on the current roster are so good that Sasha Banks isn't worthy of a spot. Hell fucking no. Do I think Sasha Banks is great? No. Do I look at her WWE and think it was a failure? Yes. Do I think she should have done a lot better? Yes. But do I think that she isn't good enough to come back? Absolutely not, man. She is good enough to come back, especially if you compare her with the current crop. I mean, out of the current roster, how many people in the women's division would you honestly say is better than Sasha Banks? You would struggle to name 5. You would really, really struggle to name 5 that overall have the same sort of package as Sasha Banks. And by package, I'm not on about her ass and body. I'm not, even though it's a very good package, that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about as an all-round performer in terms of, like, I'm taking looks and, or obviously that stuff into consideration, but she's okay on the mic. She's a good in-ring performer for a woman. She's pretty good. So I think we need to be honest here. Sasha Banks isn't exactly that bad. Now, does she deserve the same amount of money as Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair? Probably not. I mean, like I said, if you look at her career, I would say it was a failure. I don't think she achieved anywhere near what she could have. Whereas if you look at Charlotte Flair's pretty much been pushed as the #1 woman for ever since she came into the company. Charlotte's been pushed as the top woman. She's had 14 title reigns to prove that. WrestleMania matches against it was in the first ever WrestleMania main event. Big feuds with Becky Lynch, big feuds with Ronda Rousey. The daughter, if she's got the name value, straight away she's the fucking daughter of Ric Flair's. That's got to help with negotiations. That's got to increase her value a little bit. No matter how bad Charlotte Flair is, or no matter how much you dislike Charlotte Flair, you have to admit that being the daughter of Ric Flair must mean something. And I've got a video coming soon on Ric Flair, but still. And then you look at Becky Lynch, and alright, probably at the time when the 4 when these four were called up, and I believe they were going by the name of the Four Horsewomen, when Becky, Charlotte, Sasha, and Bayley were called up, I think you could definitely make a case that Becky Lynch at the four of them was the least valuable. She did seem that way to me, but we all know what happened in like that 2019 or 18. She had a rise to fame, and she became the man, and it's kind of sad, but we got to be honest here. For a period of time in WWE, it might only have been a year, might have been slightly less than a year, but she was like the top dog. She was literally pushed as the main fucking person in the company. She was known as the man, for God's sake. Now, whether that's because Roman Reigns wasn't really there, or Roman Reigns just sucked at that time, or they didn't have anyone else to push, doesn't really matter. Becky Lynch was, at one moment in time, being pushed as the top person in the company. And of course she's married to Seth Rollins as well, which can't hurt, considering he is also considered today one of the top guys and a personal favourite of Triple H. So you look at Charlotte Flair, you look at Becky Lynch, does Sasha Banks deserve the amount of money they're on? I'd say no. Could Sasha Banks be as good as those two? I would say yes. But has she done anything? Has her WWE career been on the same level as those two? No, she hasn't done enough to be on the same level as those two. She's not as popular, in my opinion, as the same level as those two. But you know what? She wanted their money, and that's understandable, I guess. But we'll never know. Is she really getting offered more in New Japan? I guess we'll find out. But yeah, money seems to be the reason why she's not returning to WWE. And, you know, that's on her. That is on her. Apparently, Becky and Charlotte are getting over $1 million a year. Is $1 million a year really a lot? I don't know. But again, Sasha Banks walking out in the company as well. I don't see how that helps your negotiation cause. You know, I don't think that increases your price whatsoever. They want someone who's reliable. They don't want someone who's going to turn up and maybe look at the particular outcome of a match and then just cry about it and leave the arena. That's not what WWE want. They want someone reliable. They want someone dependable. And you know what? Becky Lynch kind of has been that. Apart from the fact, and I genuinely believe the fact that Becky Lynch decided to go and have a baby, I think that has squashed any sort of like main star momentum she's had. She'll never hit the heights that she did back in the day. Obviously she's 3 years older, and I do believe the fact that she walked out in the company pretty much when she was the top. They were treating her like the top fucking dog in the company. Forget about Roman Reigns. They were treating her like the top dog in WWE, and she decided to throw that away and go and have a baby. And maybe she's happy, but at the same time, I think it was a bit of a slap in the face that McMahon was willing to push a woman so hard. You know, he was willing to put a woman on top of a company that has been dominated forever by men, and they were willing to give Becky Lynch that push, and she decided to, you know, exchange it for a child. I think that was weird. But anyway, guys, that is it. Let me know what you think down below. Does Sasha Banks deserve the same amount of money as Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair? I think she could deserve that same amount of money, but based on what she's done in her career compared to these two, no, she's not really anywhere close. If we're being honest, she's not really close, but I think she should have had a better WWE career up until this point, guys. That is my thoughts. Let me know what you think down below. I'll catch you in the next one. I'd love to see Sasha Banks hot body back in WWE, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. That's it, guys. Till next time. Peace.